sometimes you got to do it. One of the things that really interests me, I can widen it out a little bit, is so I think this is important. I do. I
Mm.
think this tournament and the Women's World Cup, I think they're really important because we are seeing a backlash. And it's becoming, I think, increasingly clear that one of the big objectives of the far right in the States is to get the women back in the home. I think that's this is we're going to see this as a political movement. You're seeing more and more agitation on this issue, and some people arguing that because since women have now gone to work, it's lowered salaries for everyone, and it's destroyed the family structure, and there's a backlash. And women's football politically can be at the centre of the backlash. I remember during the last Women's World Cup on a site, the leading kind of website, the global website, you could mark the players out of 10, as you can on, I think the BBC do it as well. And there was this huge movement from the far right to give everyone 0. So, the mark, Scott, came right down. And that's a political statement being made. And I've seen people use that penalty shootout against Sweden as an example of the worthlessness of this field of human endeavor. And I think, firstly, it's entirely wrong. I've seen bad penalty shootouts with men as well, and you try doing it after running around in the heat for 120 minutes. And the level of the game, and the level of the game has got better and better and better and better. And secondly, I'm in favour of the liberation of everyone, So I think what's happening now in Switzerland and what's going to be happening in Brazil in 2 years' time is important, because I think the backlash is coming harder and harder and harder and harder. I saw the story yesterday about a doctor in the States not giving prenatal care to a woman because she wasn't formally married, and being allowed to do that, being allowed to stain the Hippocratic Oath with insane moralism. And these battles, I think these battles are going to get sharp. I think they're going to sharpen up over the next few years. And I think that the women's footballers are in the vanguard of a movement that is saying a space which has always been male can belong to everyone. So for me, I think these are important events.